Even as we get closer and closer to the Quest 3 launch, we are still seeing the Quest 2 get numerous performance upgrades, and this one is in the form of its spatial audio system. An important component of spatial audio for the Quest 2, where it has its speakers outside facing towards your head, is known as head-related transfer function, shortened to HRTF. This is an important component of audio because this is what enables people to help understand the sound and the direction it's coming from, not whether this is left or right sound, but whether this is coming from their 10 o'clock position, whether the sound is 5 feet away or 50 feet away. The universal HRTF so far that the Quest 2 audio was based on was from a bunch of public data that had been used for a universal fitment. During all this time, Meta Reality Labs researchers have actually been designing their own custom HRTF from the data they've collected. This new model that they designed is intended to better represent the general population based on head shapes, sizes, ear shapes, and even ear hole placement on your head. So far in testing, they've tested this with 100 test participants, and it outperformed the old audio. And objective performance tests using microphones and speaker system, they found that the subjects were able to locate sounds more accurately, especially when it comes to how high the sound was coming from, whether it was above or below them. All this is already rolling out in v55. App developers do have to recompile their audio to start taking advantage of this. This is a very exciting upgrade to see because it means not only is the Quest 2 still getting support, but these kind of upgrades will actually be able to roll forward into the Quest 3, giving all of us a better experience. With the wild success of Monkey See, Monkey Do Do VR, the free-to-play game where you get to throw poop at your friends who are also monkeys in VR trying to chase them to collect bananas, they're dropping a big giveaway with $5,000 in prizes. These prizes range from real-life items from inside of the game, in-game currency, and even other games from their publishing studio. This is one of the biggest value giveaways we've seen yet in the VR industry. This giveaway coming from them is to celebrate nearly 500,000 downloads. If you haven't tried Monkey See, Monkey Do Do, we've talked about it a little bit before on the channel. A game with some wild locomotion where you're swinging around from vine to vine. It's fast-paced, competitive gameplay. The giveaway has a bunch of different ways to enter over on Gleam. I'll leave a link in the description, but also down in the comments. Whether you haven't checked out this free-to-play game, you want to check it out there, or just enter the giveaway. They've got a whole bunch of ways to enter, and even some daily entries if you want to go back each day with this video and get another entry to possibly win. Update v56 is starting to roll out to Quest 2 and Quest Pro headsets with some interesting features that are dropping for us. One of the biggest ones is improving the hand tracking on the headsets. Meta is rolling out what they're calling hand tracking 2.2, which is actually focusing now on the hand's responsiveness, trying to bring hand tracking closer to the accuracy of controllers. This is boasting a 40% latency reduction in regular usage and up to 75% during fast movement. Those are some big numbers, and hopefully it'll deliver, because a lot of you out there, if you've tried as many hand tracking games as I have, they can be really great with slow, deliberate movements. When you get to moving fast, they don't always keep up. They've even dropped out a new Move Fast demo app to show you how well this is going to work, or if you're already using apps that use hand tracking in workouts like Light Sport or VR Workout, you should start to see these improvements. It's exciting. As we have the Quest 3 approaching, we may be seeing more and more hand-tracked apps, hopefully trying to keep up with what Apple Vision Pro is going to be doing with their hand tracking. Another feature with v56 is live streaming to Facebook. Now, this is an experimental update for now for people who want to do real-time live streaming to Facebook on their Quest 2. This is something that has been available on the Quest 2 before, but they're saying it's now streamlined, seamless, and really easy to use. It is rolling out gradually, so not everyone is going to see this right away. If anyone has ever tried to live stream with the Quest 2, you know all the difficulty that can come with that. And it's nice to see that they're actually going to have a chat function built in with Facebook. Although, how many people really live stream to Facebook? I don't know. I never have. I'm hoping that this is just a first step to enabling it to be done on YouTube or Twitch. But of course, Meta being Facebook, they always roll the stuff out to Facebook first and potentially only. There's also a new feature for chats and parties. And if you've ever done chats or parties on Oculus, you know that it's definitely a little behind the times as far as like PlayStation parties. Now, when you make a call, not only will you be connected to your friends through that call, but there will be a one-to-one group chat thread that will help when you have that one person that can't hear anybody or you can't hear them. They'll be able to quickly type in the chat to figure out what's going on and help them get their mic unmuted. Some additional features help you just jump directly into the games from the chat that you want to play together. This is a welcome improvement to me, but it's still not quite the features we need, I feel like, when it comes to Quest parties and Quest gaming together. There's still a lot of difficulty as far as, do you go through the game system? Is there a way to go through the Meta app system? And hopefully this will streamline towards a better process in the future where we can all play together easier. An interesting feature with this update is they are making the headset able to automatically power on if you have it on a charger to then do its updates offline, so that next time you jump in your headset, it'll be updated. You won't have to start it up and wait for an update or update it before you shut it down. It could just power on, update, and then power back off. They of course bring up privacy immediately in the blog here saying your microphone and cameras will always remain off until you put your headset on and press the power button, and you can also of course turn this feature off in software updates in the system settings. It's an interesting feature drop for those of you who actually leave your Quests off and then have to deal with updates all the time. I know I just leave all of mine powered on all the time, so it's not something that's really going to change anything for me, but will it change it for you? Let me know in the comments. We're getting some more accessibility updates in this as well, live captions and even button remapping on demand for people out there who are using one controller or just need the accessibility of being able to change the way buttons are mapped. These are good features to see changing, and I like that they're thinking about accessibility more, especially as VR has been kind of a tough industry for accessibility, where it usually requires a lot of standing, movement, and two separate controllers for most games. And the last and probably coolest part of this update only applies to Quest Pro people, sadly. They're adding local dimming to the Quest Pro, utilizing its mini LED technology. This means better contrast, better dark zones, making games more immersive. The setting will be off by default, so you do need to go in and enable local dimming across all apps, but that will still be up to the developer as to whether or not they opt out of using local dimming. v56 definitely offering some good quality of life upgrades and some more. Still nothing life-changing or crazy huge as far as the update goes, but all good improvements in my mind. Speaking of the Quest Pro, a recent report from The Information was allegedly claiming that the Quest Pro is already being discontinued in production. The CTO at Meta, Andrew Bosworth, aka Boz, has already said, "Don't believe everything you read." There's been a lot of speculation around whether or not the Quest Pro would continue to be sold, especially at its $1,000 price point, when the Quest 3 seems to have more exciting features and is only lacking potentially the face tracking and eye tracking that the Quest Pro offers. Boz said basically that a Quest Pro 2 has not been officially canceled or ruled out, but that they are working on multiple prototypes of headsets for the future of the Quest lineup, and nothing is certain as to what headset will be coming next. With all the rumors going around about the Quest Pro, I'd love to know your opinions out there. With the Quest 3 coming potentially this October at $500, would anyone out there consider getting a Quest Pro even if they drop the price to maybe $700? Let me know in the comments. As the Quest ecosystem keeps continuing to grow and keeps reaching further and further into the mainstream, things like piracy have started to become more of a problem for the Meta Quest apps. Meta is now rolling out a new anti-abuse tool for Quest developers to help combat this. This new platform integrity @station API can actually detect whether your app's server is interacting with an untampered VR device and ensure your app is authentic. We could see this start to lead towards hardware-based app bans or just being used for anti-piracy on the Quest headsets. I know personally, even in the comments section, I've started to see people trying to spam different websites and different ways to get apps illegally. It's definitely not something I would say is worth risking at all on the Quest headsets because of the way they are tied into a Meta account or potentially your Facebook. It is possible to get banned not just from a game that someone was trying to download illegally, but banning them from their headset and bricking their headset entirely. Meta is pitching this as a tool to level up the overall security of apps on their Quest lineup, but something that of course is making us wonder how this could potentially affect things like side questing, modding, and other things on the Quest headset. Big week of updates in the Meta Quest industry and the VR world in general. What's going on out there that you're looking forward to? At this point, we are just about 2 months from hearing the next update on the Quest 3 of what's going to happen at the end of September. I know I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it, but I'd love to hear in the comments what you're thinking out there too. Thank you so much once again for coming out, being here with me, and apparently Willow for this entire day, and I will see you in another reality.